Time now, though, to bring out my next guest. She's the news hound who's taking a very different challenge on.
Darla's asked Katie to bring along a piece she feels comfortable playing so he can assess her standard.
I'm not sure if I was, you know. Hold on. I think I was slightly hoping, praying for a miracle. So out of tune. I thought it was, yeah, a bit awful, actually.
I think you'll agree with that. She may have told us about the politicians who were on the fiddle, but now it's her who's doing the fiddling. It's the new face of the proms, Katie Derham! That was really, really quite painful.
It was for you, for me, for everyone.
But you got to grade 8, hadn't you, when you were a kid?
long time ago, though, Michael. And, you know, I thought it might be like riding a bike that you'd never forget, but...
No.
No.
It's true what they say. How do you get to Carnegie Hall? Practice, practice, practice. So how long ago is it that you played the violin?
I played through to the end of, I guess, college, and then life got in the way, and I was working, and then, you know, going out, and then having a family, and suddenly hobbies seemed to be a luxury I didn't have time for. And then I got asked to do this, and I thought, you know what, I used to love playing the violin. I used to love being in an orchestra and playing with other people and making music.
Tell us about the programme.
Well, it's called First Love, and the idea was to take people like me who used to play an instrument or sing, and so Lenny Henry's done it, and Mira Sayal, and Mark Radcliffe, and Janet Street Porter. You've got to watch that one. She plays the recorder. Who knew? We were challenged to really get going again, and we had a mentor, and the motivation was that we'd give a public performance.
Right.
With people who actually paid money to come and see us.
They paid?
And so that, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So yeah, so I was sort of allocated this very tolerant group of musicians called the Fidelio Trio. Really wonderful, wonderful trio. And they were very kind, and they said, yes, you can come along and play in a gig at King's Place, which is this wonderful hall in North London. And they let me join them for a short amount of time.
So what was it like, that first time of picking it up? Was that the actual first moment we saw?
It was, yeah. Yeah,
and did you really think, no, this will happen, this will come back?
Well, I sort of thought, well, you know, it probably won't sound great, but I figured I'd still be able to, you know, to make a half-reasonable noise, but it really wasn't the case at all, and it took me weeks to start getting comfortable again.
But you are incredibly musical.
Well, that's very kind of you.
No, you are.
But I mean,
seriously, one of my favourite of those reality shows was Maestro. I really enjoyed it because it was actually teaching celebrities a definite skill.
Doing that had reminded me how much I love musicians and hanging out with them and seeing these people who are so talented, because there is a world of difference between anything that I've ever done and what a professional musician does. And I'm just always so impressed by the talent that they have. And that experience had made me think, you know, I've got to get going again. And so this was just a wonderful opportunity to do even more. Yeah. And I've just loved it.
And it's kind of led you on. Because you've now left the news. We all know you as a presenter of the news, but you've moved on now, and you're working with Radio 3 and mainly with the proms,
which is just a joy,
isn't it? Just
So we're in the thick of it at the moment. There's 8 weeks of the best concerts in the world with these amazing orchestras and musicians and conductors and singers. I mean, I know you've done a prom in the past.
I did actually. Yeah, I did it. Yeah. The peculiar thing, and everybody feels this when they've taken part, and you're in the Albert Hall and you've got a prom, and it's a wonderful honour. You feel part of a special group, don't you? What ones have really stuck out for you?
Well, there have been all sorts of different types of music played, but my favourite one so far has been the Stephen Sondheim 80th birthday.
It was amazing.
Which was just brilliant.
Yeah, it was amazing. I don't know if you can still get it online, but it's really well worth it. And how much longer is left of the...
It finishes in mid-September, so we're only halfway through.
For the big old last night of the proms?
Yes, flags waving, I'll be there.
So what, are you sad that you've turned your back on the news?
Well, I don't suppose I'll ever turn my back on it completely, because it's always interesting, and loads of my friends still work in it, and I still watch it, of course, you know. But it was just a great opportunity to do something different, and I thought I couldn't miss it. I couldn't give it up. So, so here I am doing something completely new, and I'm loving it.
And what's the difference then between, apart from the stories, of course, of presenting something like the proms and presenting the news? Are you more hands-on with the news, writing scripts and stories and that sort of thing?
Yeah, I mean, the news is a lot more pressure, that's for sure, and there's a lot more kind of going on, and and obviously it's a lot more serious in a lot of ways. But the proms, you know, we're doing live broadcasting as well, and you know, things do happen on stage. You think that, you know, for example, the other night they said, oh, you've got to just chat for 3 minutes while they move a piano onto stage. Okay, fine. So I'd got 3 minutes of prepared script, but then they decided that the piano lid was a bit smeary under the lights. So a man comes onto the stage with a duster and starts cleaning the piano, which is great, and I'm sitting there and I have to fill for another 4 minutes. So it's actually, you know, I still chat.
You do it with a grand piano, I do it with a naked man. You know, there's a difference.
I tell you what, I saw that, I thought I had the wrong hobby, didn't I, as a kid?
Listen, best of luck with the rest of the proms. I love it. It's a great part of our culture, and good luck with the old violin playing. Ladies and gentlemen, Katie Derham. That's